Tonight, only on Channel 10, find out who are already potential candidates for the 2020 presidential election.
Plus, find out more information about the construction projects on Heidelberg's campus.
And a look into Heidelberg's scholarship opportunities.
Plus, a quick look into Heidelberg's men's soccer team and find out what's trending in today's music.
Good evening, I'm Kyle Alexander.
And I am Jessica Stefanko. This is WHEI News Center 10, and happy March 14th. WHEI brings you today's late-breaking stories by the students inside the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Don't touch that remote dial smartphone or whatever you're watching us on right now.
WHEI News Center 10, live at 5, starts now.
Welcome back to News Center 10, live at 5 for Thursday, March 14th, 2019.
Let's get to our first story of the night.
In February, the amount of undocumented immigrants held the highest total of crossings in the U.S. border since 2007. The United States and Mexico border has been a controversial topic in the nation ever since President Trump was elected back in 2016. Sophomore poli-sci and Spanish double major Kayla Ashworth explains her opinion on the issue of undocumented immigrants crossing the border.
So I think that a lot of people are actually misinterpreting the situation. A lot of immigrants that come to the border are actually seeking asylum, not trying to just get into the country illegally. And if we have resources and ways to help them, I don't understand why we're not helping them.
Due to these issues happening with the immigrants crossing into our country today and how they are being treated, Kayla is pursuing a career as an immigration lawyer after she graduates from Heidelberg.
Huge, naturally formed creatures like ice structures spread across a mountainous landscape in northern Japan. The formations are made by snow and ice encasing conifer trees along the mountains. The peak of Mount Zaho, a skiing outpost, has increasingly drawn tourists from around Asia to see the Joyo, known in English as ice or snow monsters. However, tourists have lately been disappointed to find that many of the icy figures seem to be diminished versions of the photographs online. Instead of enormous and beautiful transformations, there was skinny trees draped in clumps of snow. Experts are saying that quick melting of Joyo is due to climate change, and locals are trying to find a way to save their icy monsters.
2020 is approaching, which means it's time for candidates to throw their hat in the ring to be the next president of the United States. It's still early, and some would say it's anyone's ball game. Some candidates have already confirmed they're running for the 2020 presidential election, and others are speculating who else will run. From the Democratic Party, Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden are potentially running, and from the Republican Party, Donald Trump is up for re-election, and John Kasich will run against him. A few candidates are running as independents, such as Howard Schultz. Schultz was the chairman and CEO of Starbucks from 1986 to 2000, and again from 2008 to 2017. Let's see what one Heidelberg student had to say.
So 2020 is slowly approaching, which means that the 2020 elections are coming up. Some people have already announced that they're going to be running for the 2020 election, as well as a few people are still on the fence, and people are still predicting who might run. So we have some bigger names. We have for the Democrats, we have Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders, as well as for the Republicans, we have Trump, who is up for re-election, as well as John Kasich. And then we have in the independents is Schultz. Fun fact, I did a presentation on him 2 years ago. He's really big into Starbucks coffee, and excited to see who's going to win. Also excited to see who's going to be on some more YouTube freakouts for whoever the winner is. So let's check it out.
This is already shaping up to be an interesting election season. That wraps up our local news segment for the day.
But don't go anywhere. Find out what exciting things are happening on campus. Plus, a look into the wonderful world of sports, all that and more coming up after the break.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect, that you give them an education and they're going to take it and run.
Myth. Lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact. It strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth. Bats are blind. Fact. They see as well as you and I. Myth. Sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact. Cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Welcome back to News Center 10, live at 5.
Let's check into the latest news with our Heidelberg Campus News segment. This year's Heidelberg Education Summit is taking place today and Friday. The summit's topic this year is engaging students in learning. The summit is a great opportunity for education majors and others as well to hear from faculty and teachers from the surrounding schools of Tiffin, Ohio. This year's keynote speakers are Lindsay Haubert, Stacy Pastorova, Stephen Svoboda, and David Cotter. The sessions were from 4 until 5 today and will be held from 9 to noon tomorrow morning in the Great Hall. All education majors are excused from classes in order to attend, but students from other majors are encouraged to stop by as well.
Heidelberg University has been very busy with their construction projects, aside from the coffee shop and loft construction that is ongoing. Heidelberg University has just begun the Sarah Street renovation. Associative Vice President for Faculties and Engineering, Rod Morrison, said that when he arrived at Heidelberg University, this project was only a plan. Morrison is very excited to see this plan take off the ground and come to life.
So this is the last phase of that federal earmark construction. It's about a $1.2 million piece of work.
The Sarah Street renovation project should conclude on August 9th of this year. This construction project will not only improve the conditions of the roads, but also add parallel parking spots and create 2 lanes for traffic. The project should create better accessibility to the Brown and France parking lots.
Now is the prime time for students to apply for scholarships. Associate Director of Financial Aid Beth Cagey talks about the different opportunities students have in order to receive various scholarships. She encourages students to seek scholarships through the school, family connections, hometowns, high schools, communities, and nationwide databases.
And the key to outside scholarships would be that it's the springtime when those scholarship applications are required to be filled out, and those deadlines fall in the springtime, and so that would be the timing of when they'd fill out scholarships for the following school year.
If you are looking for more information on scholarships, be sure to contact the Financial Aid Office for additional guidance. Oh, I'm so glad that Sarah Street parking lot is getting renovated. It has been a mess.
It really has. I don't really park over there, but I've been over there a few times, and it really is.
I'm just glad the potholes will all be gone by next year, hopefully.
The one by France?
Yes, one by France. It'll all be cleaned up. Good for everyone to drive on next year. That's all we have for Berg's Campus News today. When we return, we'll take a look at Heidelberg's social media spotlight.
News Center 10, live at 5. We'll be right back.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect that you give them an education and they're going to take it and run.
Myth. Lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact. It strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth. Bats are blind. Fact. They see as well as you and I. Myth. Sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact. Cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Welcome back to WHEI.
It's time to throw it over to Tori to take a look at what's trending today in social media.
There are a lot of singers and bands trending this week. The Jonas Brothers are making their first comeback since 2013, and Lady Gaga recently won a Grammy. We interviewed Heidelberg senior Josie Brunn for her opinion.
I'm really excited about music that's coming up. I know recently the Jonas Brothers just came out with a song for the first time in years.
Keep a lookout for all the new music coming out this year. We're sure the summer will be boppin'. Apple's up-and-coming AirPods have taken college campuses by storm. The sleek, new wireless earbuds have just about everybody trying to get their hands on a pair. Some of Heidelberg's very own students have managed to purchase a pair themselves. Not everybody who has AirPods is trying to flex them in public. We spoke with Heidelberg student Trevor Harrison Ron to see what he thinks about owning a pair of AirPods.
I wouldn't say I feel better than anybody else having a pair of AirPods. I mean, they're nice to have, and they're a nice luxury, but I wouldn't say it really puts you above anybody else. I don't know if like AirPods themselves are going to be as popular as they are now, but just having portable and wireless earbuds or anything else like that is going to stay around, I think, and they're definitely going to remain popular in the coming years.
It sure seems AirPods are the way to go nowadays. As for now, they run around $160. That's all we have for your social media news. Now let's send it back to Kyle and Jessica at the news desk.
Man, I could listen to some new music with some AirPods for sure right now.
I personally wouldn't spend all that money on them when I have perfectly good headphones with me right now.
Valid point. Valid point.
Now it's time to throw it back over to Tori to take a look at today's sports stories.
The Heidelberg men's soccer team are in their official spring season. Since right after their last season ended, they have been putting in tremendous hard work in preparation for the fall of 2019. The coach said that he is very excited for this upcoming season, but he does admit that the team is still very young and they are all working to trust the processes of the team. Goalkeeper Ryan Newman spoke with us about the team wanting to make it back to playoffs and having a better season than the last one.
Getting back to the playoffs, trying to get back to the playoffs and having a better year than last year.
The team has a few games this spring as they continue to prepare for the fall. Their first scrimmage game will be March 24th against Bluffton at Hidden Valley. We wish the best of luck to the Heidelberg men's soccer team in their upcoming games and season. With the weather finally starting to get a little nicer and the snow melting, it's time for the Heidelberg golf team to begin their new season. With their first tournament coming up on the 23rd and 24th of this month, practices on the course began back on the 12th in order to prepare the team. In an interview with junior Charlie Sapuli, the team is confident that they will do great this season.
For this spring season, I'm super excited that it's starting up. We're a lot more confident as a team and as an individual. I'm super, super excited and ready to get out there for our season. I think we're going to do great at OACs.
Tournaments take place every weekend until the 3rd of May for both men's and women's golf. Let's wish both teams luck and be thankful that the golf season also means warmer weather. That's all we have for your Heidelberg Sports Report. Now let's send it back to Kyle and Jessica at the news desk.
Thank you, Tori. And that's a wrap on our sports segment here tonight, but also very good luck to all of the teams playing together this spring.
Yeah, good luck to all y'all playing.
When we return, find out how one family found their lost furry friend.
Hey Spencer, can you whistle?
No, it's impossible to whistle. I cannot whistle. It's impossible to whistle.
Can I see you try?
Yeah.
My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years. When I was applying for scholarships, we came across Thanks USA, which helps military children earn scholarships towards whatever university they want.
Education gives you the chance to find the nexus between your unique passions and gifts and the needs of the world around you.
You realize that ripple effect that you give them an education and they're going to take it and run.
Myth. Lightning never strikes the same spot twice. Fact. It strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Myth. Bats are blind. Fact. They see as well as you and I. Myth. Sending goods is the best aid to disaster victims. Fact. Cash is best. After shipping, a case of water costs about $196. That can buy 10 gallons of water. Cash sent is help received. You have a big heart. Use it for smart compassion.
You're watching WHEI TV 10, student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Welcome back to WHCI News Center 10, live at 5.
Let's get to our last story of the night.
A Massachusetts family's cat went missing 5 years ago, but has returned home after the feline was unexpectedly found. In August of 2013, Larry the cat was let outside for a quick walk, but he never came back.
The family had spent several weeks searching for Larry, but ultimately came to the sad conclusion that he was killed by another animal. However, an animal rescue shelter about 20 miles from her home, called the family last Thursday and said that they found a cat with a microchip registered to the owner.
The family was ecstatic to hear the news and quickly picked up their long-lost friend. Larry is very healthy despite his long adventure and is now safely back home and catching up on the missed family time. Congratulations, Larry. That's all I got to say.
I gotta say, Larry is a perfect name for a cat.
That's a good cat name. I agree. Thank you for watching WHEI News Center 10 live at 5. Our program tonight was produced and presented by the Department of Communication and Media from inside the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. Be sure to tune in next week for another.
I am Kyle Alexander.
And I'm Jessica Stefanko.
And for Tori and all of the WHEI production crew, we thank you for watching.